I have often struggled with time, and I have struggled with my thoughts. And today's coaching video, we're going to combine the two. So OG Hedgies will remember this. It's the tear process. And I'm going to briefly walk you through so that hopefully you can create your own more empowering thought today. We will see what happens. Okay, so really amazing mindset coach Lindsey Wilson and I are working together. I have the honor of editing her book, and she was a professional basketball player, and now she coaches of professional sports. I'm pretty sure she got to like talk to Olympians on her podcast the other day. Really cool. She taught this tool and she gave me permission to teach y'all. So this is the tear process, and the tear process is for those moments where we are thinking something, we might not even be mindful of it, but this thought is like robbing us of forward momentum. Like it's just got us stuck. And it's very natural for this to happen. But I have found that by incorporating this into my day, more and more and more, I'm like, that is so unhelpful. That is so unhelpful. This is a more helpful and empowering thought. So I'd like to bring this up, especially for our new hedgies, because this is the language that we use. So feel free to take out some notes and put this in your journal or something. So the tear process stands for thought, emotion, action, and result. It's a way for us to track the moment that the thought embeds in our brains to what result that has. Okay, so let's look at an example. A thought that I've always had, and still like even today, I was feeling super overwhelmed. And I had to like go back to the original thought. And the original thought was, there's never enough time. Like I have so much I want to do. I'm preparing for this Peru trip, and I want to make sure that everything's ready in the hedgie house so that like you guys don't feel like anything's changed while I'm gone. That's the goal. And I succumbed to this thought. Okay, there's never enough time. What's the emotion? I was feeling defeated and on edge, like I'm already looking for resistance to prove that I don't have enough time. This made me feel overwhelmed. I was very reactive, and it felt like I kept feeling like I was scrambling, okay? So the action associated with this emotion is like, yeah, I'm moving forward, but like it feels like I have a short fuse. Cody was doing something like really cute, and I was just like kind of quick to anger and doing things hurriedly, rather than with presence and peace, which is like where I'd like to be, right? I think that's where most of us would like to be. And so the result was like, okay, well, I know I need to be like filling my cup, but also I need to do all these things. So the result of thinking there's not enough time is thinking also that rest would be eating at the time that I need to be doing this or this or this, or there might be growing resentment because of the obligations that I feel are taking me away from what could be filling my cup. I personally don't feel this way about Quill Cup. Like I don't feel resentment towards you guys. Like this is something that I want to do. And I think that's what makes rest harder, is that it's like, no, but I want to be doing this, but it actually is taking energy too, right? Where I like, oh, Ania, you also have to fill your cup. So what's a more empowering thought? Well, I could think there's just enough time for me to do what's most important to me. I'm smart, resourceful, curious. I prioritize what matters most. And y'all, seriously, I did say I have just enough time to do what's most important to me. And this mantra just like carried me through my day. It was like, okay, what's most important right now? This. What's most important right now? This. It's kind of like the Eisenhower matrix in motion. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you look up Eisenhower, like President Eisenhower matrix, then you'll see a way of organizing your tasks. And there are many different ways of organizing it. So find one that works for you. We have one that's in our Quill Cup Instagram feed if you're curious. Returning back. The emotion associated with there's just enough time for me to do what's most important is suddenly I feel capable. I feel confident. I'm active instead of reactive. And so the action is, okay, when I have something that's threatening to take my time, like a random conversation happens on social media that's not associated with Quill Cup, you can say like, okay, is this actually important to me right now? Like, is this priority right now? If the answer is no, then okay, then we're going to do this later. if the answer is like, oh, hell yes, like this is actually a really cool opportunity, then like, yeah, okay, I'm making time for it because it's important to me. Okay. And then the result is I find that I do what I want to be doing with more joy, if only because I know that I'm choosing to do this. Like this is something that I want to be doing. And whether that's because you're in service of friends or family, or because it's the next step in achieving your goals, like it is for my Quill Cup life, then that's what it is. So I hope that you're able to find a thought that you can kind of revamp and change using this